Greetings, members, one and all of the Salivation Nation. In this news alert, A-Mark Precious Metals just got bigger, and they've got some room to grow. Let's explore. If you like to hear the latest news on precious metals, and whether it be the mints, precious metals, bullion companies, or mining, or other aspects, anything related to precious metals, I hope you will stick around and consider subscribing to the channel and keeping up with the latest updates on everything related to coin collecting, gold and silver, platinum, palladium. We cover it all here. And this is the latest news from the largest bullion company, gold and silver and precious metals firm in the whole world. And it is amazing how quick they have grown. And I'm going to be referencing a press release here that was just released hours before the recording of this video. And that is that A-Mark closes previously announced investment in Silver Gold Bull. Now, that headline is a bit misleading. This is coming directly from A-Mark Precious Metals, but it almost sounds like they've given up on Silver Gold Bull. But upon reading the piece, it's exactly the opposite. In other words, they closed the purchase. They've made the purchase complete. Think of it like a mortgage and you're closing on a home. Well, they've essentially closed on another business that they have accumulated, at least 40% of it. A-Mark Precious Metals, a leading fully integrated precious metals platform, has closed its previously announced purchase of an additional 40% of the outstanding equity interest in Calgary-based Silver Gold Bull, a leading e-commerce precious metals retailer in Canada. As previously disclosed, and you may remember I actually did cover the news about them acquiring other organizations and talked about the Silver Gold Bull acquirement here. The signing of the definitive agreement, the SGB business was valued at approximately $110 million. In accordance with the definitive agreement, the total consideration paid at the closing consisted of $34 million in cash and 253,928 shares of A-Mark common stock. As a result of this transaction, A-Mark now owns 47.4% of the outstanding equity of Silver Gold Bull, and that's almost half. It's pretty remarkable acquisition there, for sure. In connection with the closing, A-Mark and SGB entered into a 4-year extension to the current supplier agreement, extending its expiration to December 2026. A-Mark will also have the right, subject to further review under applicable Canadian competition laws, to purchase an additional 27.7% of the outstanding equity of Silver Gold Bull to bring its ownership interest to 3/4, 75%. This option is exercisable between months 18 and 27 following closing. Minor details, because, I tell you what, they've owned so much of the precious metal space from all forms. I'll outline that in a moment. It's starting to get a little scary. The competition is being bought up, and it's something to be concerned about, I think, for those of us who buy precious metals. I would love to interview somebody close to A-Mark to ask about this deal and about the overall acquisitions they've been making as of late. In connection with the increased investment in Silver Gold Bull, A-Mark's Chief Financial Officer, Kathleen Simpson-Taylor, was appointed to SGB's board of directors, joining A-Mark's Chief Executive Officer, Greg Roberts. And there you go. Pretty interesting indeed. Transaction advisors, D.A. Davidson and Company, acted as a financial advisor, and it still talks about those advisors. But let's take a look and remind ourselves about A-Mark Precious Metals. They've been around a long time, one form or another. In fact, here we can see several products that they used to make, and in fact, you can still buy these. And there's the 10-ounce bars, there's the 1-ounce bar, Pretty neat. These little 1 ounce bars are pretty cool. I have a couple of those, not many, but they're neat little bars, and have been around for quite a long time. And yes, indeed. And so I hope you will consider maybe pressing that thumbs up button on this video. By the way, would help get the news out there, to get the algorithm to catch on to this video. So let's learn a little bit about A-Mark Precious Metals. Founded in 1965, A-Mark Precious Metals is a leading fully integrated precious metals platform and company that offers an array of gold, silver, platinum, palladium, and copper bullion, numismatic coins, and related products to wholesale and retail customers. So they're controlling the wholesale space as well as retail via a portfolio of channels. That's the understatement of the year. The company conducts its operations through three complementary segments: wholesale sales and ancillary services, direct to consumer, and secured lending. The company's global customer base spans sovereign and private mints, manufacturers and fabricators, refiners, dealers, financial institutions, industrial users, investors, collectors, and e-commerce and other retail customers. That's pretty interesting indeed. They actually take collectors, which are retail customers, and separate them from others. It's pretty interesting indeed. But, and I've been covering this news for quite some time on this channel, from the point where Provident Metals was sold to JM Bullion, and JM Bullion was sold to A-Mark Precious Metals, and through that chain all the way up. It's pretty remarkable to see how quickly this has happened through just the last couple of years here. A-Mark's wholesale sales and ancillary services segment distributes and purchases precious metal products from sovereign and private mints. As a U.S. Mint authorized purchaser, that's an AP, of gold, silver, and platinum coins since 1986, A-Mark purchases bullion products directly from the U.S. Mint for sale to customers. A-Mark also has long-standing distributorships with other sovereign mints, including Australia, Austria, Canada, China, Mexico, South Africa, and the United Kingdom. The company sells more than 200 different products to e-commerce retailers, coin and bullion dealers, financial institutions, brokerages, and collectors in addition. A-Mark sells precious metal products to industrial users, including metal refiners, manufacturers, and electronic fabricators. So they have their hands in many different levels of the supply chain. Think about that. In fact, through its A-Mark Global Logistics subsidiary, A-Mark provides its customers with a range of complementary services, including managed storage options for precious metals, as well as receiving, handling, inventory, processing, packaging, and shipping of precious metals and coins on a secure basis. Now think about that. All these supply chain issues we've had, and A-Mark being involved in really the vast majority of them, it sounds like, at least with what we're concerned, but even to some in the industrial sector, it makes you wonder. A-Mark's mint operations, which are conducted through its wholly owned subsidiary, SilverTowne Mint, enable the company to offer customers a wide range of proprietary coin and bar offerings, and during periods of market volatility, when the availability of silver bullion from sovereign mints is often product constrained, preferred product access. That's interesting indeed here. Wow. So during market volatility, from sovereign mints, product constrained, they give them preferred product access. Wow. And SilverTowne Mint, a mint of which I am familiar, but I've been a customer of theirs several times over. I remember talking to them, to the staff, and how busy they are, because they not only is there SilverTowne Mint, you have SilverTowne bullion dealer, online bullion dealer that you could buy precious metal products, and they're still available selling things today, although that's not really their focus as much as the minting portion, which is why you don't see very many deals come through from SilverTowne. They're there. Once in a while I get emails from them, but typically that's not really their focus, because, well, there's no need to have them compete with other entities that A-Mark owns. And so I think that's why you don't hear as much from SilverTowne anymore. They want to focus on their mint. A-Mark's direct-to-consumer segment operates as an omni-channel, that's the understatement of the year, retailer for precious metals. Yes, omni-channel. They have them all. Maybe that's an overstatement. I don't know. They're everywhere, omnipresent. You know, providing access to a multitude of products through its wholly owned subsidiaries, JM Bullion and Goldline. They also don't mention in here Provident Metals, but Provident Metals is basically you know, JM Bullion is pretty much the same website. JM Bullion is a leading e-commerce retailer of precious metals and operates 5 separately branded company-owned websites targeting specific niches within the precious metals market. So here's where Provident Metals comes into place. JM Bullion, Provident Metals, Silver, goldprice.org, silverprice.org, and JMB also owns Cyber Metals, an online platforms where customers can purchase and sell fractional shares of digital gold, silver, and platinum bars in a range of denominations. Goldline markets precious metals directly to the investor community through various channels, including television, radio, and telephonic sales efforts. A-Mark also holds minority ownership interest in 2 additional direct-to-consumer brands, but they don't list what those brands are. It's interesting. But one of them, I think, may be Pinehurst, actually, now that I think about it. And Pinehurst Coins, I think, they have a minority interest there. They also operate their secured lending segment through its wholly owned subsidiaries Collateral Finance Corporation and AM Capital Funding. Founded in 2005, CFC is a California licensed financial lender that originates and acquires loans secured by bullion and numismatic coins. Its customers include coin and precious metals dealers, investors, and collectors. So there you go. Wow. So they are essentially the bank for some of these other bullion dealers out there. Wow. Crazy. A-Mark is headquartered in El Segundo, California. There you go. Very good. So there that is. And pretty interesting news. There's a boilerplate stuff there, but pretty interesting and fascinating to read how they are so enveloped in the precious metals space. A-Mark Precious Metals. There you go. Likely you have done business with them, even if you've never bought from any of the companies I listed. The major ones, you know, Silver Gold Bull, Provident Metals, JM Bullion, and the like, Silvertown, or even Goldline. If you've not bought from either of those companies, you likely still had given them some of your business because they've been involved in so many other aspects of the supply chain that other bullion dealers, maybe even APMEX, may have accumulated from them. And they're also an authorized purchaser from the U.S. Mint. So there you go. Interesting news indeed. There's where things are with A-Mark Precious Metals, the world's largest precious metals company. It's just got bigger. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Would like to extend a multitude of gratitude to you all for taking the time to watch. And I want to encourage you to please rate this video. Yes, it does help the algorithm, as I mentioned before. Thumbing up the video will definitely help. Share it amongst other channels, social media platforms, or in your community tabs or what have you. Comment on this video and subscribe and press that notifications bell as well.